We are live globally with the plant-based treaty and a brand new musical theme from the Invisible Bee, who will tell you all about her inspiration. You have contributors from Japan, from Argentina, from Oakland, California, and I'm here in Los Angeles. And so what we're going to do right now is going to watch the plant-based treaty music video. You're seeing it here for the very first time. This is a global launch. Let's check out this incredible song. It will get in your head. I promise you, I've been humming it since the moment I saw it.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
Stop the problem from happening. No new land use change, ecosystem degradation, or deforestation for animal agriculture. Eliminate the driving forces behind the problem. Actively promote and transition to plant-based food and food systems. Rewild and reforest the earth. Regenerate key ecosystems to heal the problem while mitigating climate change and building resilience.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
We have the solutions in our grasp, available and ready. We just need to make it happen, and that's where you come in. Let's make a promise, a pledge of power, an agreement and alliance. We'll cooperate and collaborate. We'll come and break here right now.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities. We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
So people are going crazy over this song. I have chills. Love this song. Dancing along. Love it. Amazing. Charity, tell us how you came up with this extraordinary tune that I can't get out of my head. I've been running around all day. The plant-based treaty.
You sound great. We need to have you do a cover of it, Jane. Yeah, I mean, I found out about the plant-based treaty probably on some online search around my vegan activism, and was just completely drawn in by the vision and the mission and the message. And I contacted them to see if there was a way we could maybe collaborate, if I could help spread the word about the treaty at my concerts. I do a lot of, in addition to the Invisible Bee, I work with children and families. And so how can I help get the word out? And I had this amazing conversation with Adrian George, who's the director of marketing. And during that conversation, I just was like, I have to write a song for you. And it was one of those songs that just kind of, came out in a really fluid way after absorbing all the information from the Plant-Based Treaty website and their materials, and just sort of integrating that with my understanding of what's going on right now. And there was a song. It felt really important to talk about the three elements of the treaty, and to have a really singable, catchy pump and chorus, so we get stuck in people's heads. And I guess we accomplished that.
You certainly did. It's absolutely extraordinary. It is in my head. I swear to God, I woke up this morning, got a plant-based treaty. I can't stop. You are in Japan. Hashimi Sakai, you did an extraordinary job editing this. Wow, well done. Global applause. Tell us what motivated you in your heart to be a part of this. And I know you do so much good work for the Save movement, for the Plant-Based Treaty.
Oh, thank you. Well, we found out through Adrian, actually, that, someone had written a song especially for the Plant-Based Treaty, and we listened to it and we were like, wow, this is so cool. And then, the video team just immediately just went, okay, we're going to have to do, a music video for this. And then it just started from there. It just started with one little idea, and we thought, let's, what can we do? And then we thought, let's get a choreographer. Let's get, someone to do a dance. And then we thought, then we need to get like people to dance. And then Varun from the digital media team started like contacting everyone. He started getting everyone to send in their dance clips. And Mariana, do you want to add?
Yes, let's go to Mariana. And I want to pronounce your name correctly, Juani, in Argentina. Tell us about your role, Mariana.
Yes, well, I'm the video team coordinator of I'm a Safe movement and Plant-Based Treaty. And we started working in this video clip in January. And we had our first meeting. I remember that we want to meet each other because it's like a global team. And it was very exciting to start working about ideas. And I think our main goal was to create a global video clip that we wanted to share, that we are doing this together and we are all connected. And it's very funny. I think the best thing of the video clip is the dance, because we started getting the material from all the world. It's very exciting.
All right, I'm going to play a short clip. This is sort of the catchy, I don't know what you'd call it, hook or whatever. Let's hear it.
Stop the problem from happening. No new land use change, ecosystem degradation, or deforestation for animal agriculture.
Remember to redirect.
Eliminate the driving forces behind the problem. Actively promote and transition to plant-based food and food systems.
Remember to restore.
Rewild and reforest the earth. Regenerate key ecosystems to heal the problem while mitigating climate change and building resilience.
We got a plant-based treaty.
Wow, we got a plant-based treaty. That was the informational. What I thought was amazing, Charity, is you managed to get so much information in this song. I personally believe it is the most informational song ever created, because you had kind of like this PhD dissertation mixed into this song with all this information. And by the way, everybody who's watching, endorse the Plant-Based Treaty. It's really easy. You go to plantbasedtreaty.org, plantbasedtreaty.org, and you just sign on the dotted line, Plant-Based Treaty. How did you get all that information in there?
I mean, as a songwriter, and I've been writing songs forever, and when I feel so strongly about communicating an idea, part of the joy and the sort of creative process is how can I get the most information in this 3 or 4 minute chunk so that it's not overwhelming, so people don't numb out, but that it keeps it interesting enough, but that I'm actually like, really communicating a message. And a lot of the music I write is actually for young children. And so I think I've gotten maybe really honed that skill over time to get a concept and just distill it, but give a lot of information. And then over time, it also sinks in,
Absolutely. And what I want to say is that this is perhaps the most important song ever written. And I'm not joking, because Paul McCartney has endorsed the plant-based treaty. Joaquin Phoenix has endorsed the plant-based treaty. Moby has endorsed the plant-based treaty. And those of you watching, please share this out and endorse the plant-based treaty. You just go to plantbasedtreaty.org. It takes 5 seconds. And we're going to talk a little bit about what that's going to accomplish. But first, I want to play another short clip of the plant-based treaty music video.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
Woo! Endorse the plant-based treaty. Wow. When you get a song that has it, whatever it is, you know it. And this song has it. And I will say this. I was listening to, I believe it was Joan Baez talk, and she said, every movement needs music. And until it has music, it's more of an intellectual political movement. But then when music enters the picture, it becomes truly a social movement and a crusade. And she was talking about various times in history, for example, the anti-war movement, that when music entered the picture and rock songs talking about the issue became popular, that's when all of a sudden you hit a tipping point. And I just want to ask you quickly about that, Charity, as a songwriter.
Yeah, I completely agree. The thing about music, also, I would say the arts in general, is that the experience of creating it and also absorbing it puts us in a more liminal space where I think consciousness can open up, our hearts open up. It's more embodied. It takes us out of intellectual and analysis and into feeling space. And so it would make sense that when movements that are heart-based, like an anti-war movement or like a plant-based movement, are sort of on that cusp of tipping over. Once hearts open, boom, we're in it. And so I think music and the arts in general play a huge role in that.
All right. Well, guess what, people? There's people joining who didn't get here right at the start. I think that's a great opportunity to play the entire plant-based treaty song one more time. We may not play the credits again because you've already seen those. So many people came together to make this happen. Let's listen to the new plant-based treaty song. And by the way, if you want to just rock out to it over and over again, just go to Unchained TV, our global streaming network. It is available on your phone. It's also available on your TV via Roku device, Amazon Fire Stick, as well as your Apple TV device, or under searching channels in your LG or Samsung Smart TV. So you can watch it there anytime you want, along with more than 600 other documentaries, cooking shows, music videos, all with a plant-based compassionate theme. And now, the plant-based treaty theme.
How do we address and mitigate home causes of climate change? How do we build a fairer, healthier, greener world for all? Start by changing our food systems from problem to solution, restoring damage and generating health and security.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant treaty.
Demand number one, relinquish.
Stop the problem from happening. No new land use change, ecosystem degradation, or deforestation for animal agriculture.
Demand number two, redirect.
Eliminate the driving forces behind the problem. Actively promote and transition to plant-based food and food systems.
Demand number three, restore.
Rewild and reforest the earth. Regenerate key ecosystems to heal the problem while mitigating climate change and building resilience.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
We have the solutions in our grasp, available and ready. We just need to make it happen, and that's where you come in. Let's make a promise, a pledge, a vow, an agreement, an alliance. We'll cooperate and collaborate. We'll come and break here right now.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities. We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
As I mentioned, so many people work so hard to make this happen. So, Mariana, this is a global movement. Is there a sense, for example, where you are in Argentina, that we have to get a grip on the devastating impact of animal agriculture on our planet in terms of biodiversity loss, habitat destruction, greenhouse gas emissions, water pollution, drought, and human world hunger, because 80 billion animals raised and killed, land animals alone, raised and killed for food every year, is basically the most inefficient food source ever in the history of humankind.
Yes, yes, totally. And here in Argentina, we can see the consequences. We have like a beautiful country because we have a lot of nature, and this year was devastating. All the forest fires and everything that happens here. So I think it's very important if you can endorse a plant-based treaty and work together.
Absolutely. So, what is next for the plant-based treaty for this song in terms of getting it out there? This is being shown today on all sorts of social media. And again, it is also on our global free streaming network, Unchained TV, along with 600 other and growing videos with a compassionate message. This is 100% free. You can download it right now on your phone, either iPhone or Android phone from your app store, or you can use any of your streaming devices or your LG or Samsung smart TV to access this. Then it's on your phone and it's on your TV as well, just like Netflix and HBO Max. So what is the plan to get this out there, Charity, so that everybody in the world can hear this song and make the connection and go to plantbasedtreaty.org and sign the plant-based treaty?
Well, that would be the most amazing result, right? If everyone who happened upon the video or the song actually went to the website and signed the treaty and then made those changes in their lives. And just to add really quick, the song itself is also available on all the streaming platforms, Spotify, Apple Music, etc. So if you just search up the plant-based treaty song, Invisible Bee, you can put that in your playlist, rock out. But yeah, next steps I think are very exciting because this was such a massively, how some things are just synchronous. And I feel like this collaboration was meant to be, not only with the band and how my other band members, Darren Robin and Paul Lamb and David Rokeach, came together to just make this song sound how it sounds, but then moving into the connection with Hashimi and Mariana and Adrian and Varun and all the wonderful plant-based treaty folks, it just grew into this idea that, oh, let's do a 7-day countdown. And then, oh, why not have there be an action for every day? And then how about let's do the whole month of May and then a dance competition. And so it's really become the seed. The song and the video are becoming the seed for what is at least a month of exciting and fun and hopefully inspirational actions, which I think Hoshimi and Mariana can speak to that as well, maybe some more details. But yeah, we're going to have fun with this.
All right. Yeah. What's the plan? Mariana?
Yes, Charity has a wonderful challenge that you can see in the YouTube. You can see it, and then we want to share a lot of stories in Instagram about all the global team. Maybe Hoshimi, do you want to explain more?
Yeah, so we have a whole month of actions on Instagram. So every day we're releasing like a new challenge or a new action, and you'll notice that there's the song in there as well, so everyone can join in. But the main thing will be the dance competition, which we should be releasing very soon. But yeah,
Oh,
so
wow. So, in other words, when you see people dancing on the song, you can also join that competition. I'm not joining because I tried that once and that was a freak show. Let me tell you, you don't want to see that. But the main thing is to try to raise awareness. So many people who even consider themselves environmentalists are still not making that connection between the killing of animals and the devastation to our planet in so many ways. Do you see, because Charity, I know you're involved with many social causes, so you've got a very broad range of concerns, which is great. And so do I. But you're sort of got your, let's say, finger or your hand on the pulse of a lot of other movements. Do you see any kind of intersectionality occurring with the feminist movement, with other movements where they could perhaps make the connection that this is the ultimate violation of the sacred feminine? None of these animals are making love on these factory farms. They are all forcibly impregnated. Maybe you could take that away and discuss.
Thank you for saying that. Yeah, I think that what happened for me is that, I went vegetarian first and then vegan. And then looking back on that, I think fascinating, because to me now, I see the dairy industry as actually where the most suffering is. Because as we know, all those dairy animals end up getting slaughtered anyway in the meat industry. But on the way there, these female animals are raped, literally, artificially inseminated. Their children are kidnapped from them, and these animals grieve probably for the rest of their lives for that loss. There's, torture, there's forced nursing. I mean, it's just like, as a female-bodied, as a mother myself of two amazing young adult children, when it hit me, the horrors that these female animals, these women, were experiencing, right? The calves. Oh my God! And I visited these farms, and it's almost impossible to not just to not just fall into the ground and be overcome. But this is why it is a feminist movement. It has to be that. I agree. That is the most important awakening is how the patriarchy, it's underlying everything. And so of course it's underlying how we behave towards animals. And if we could wake up and just remember that these mothers need us and need our compassion and our awakening, then yeah. And in general, I think that the plant-based and vegan movement has intersectionality with every other social justice movement. Absolutely. They're all interwoven, and it is kind of the pinnacle. If we could stop violence against animals, maybe we could stop war.
Well, wasn't it Leo Tolstoy who said, as long as there are slaughterhouses, there will be battlefields?
Yes.
Yes, I believe that most of our societal problems the healthcare crisis, the pandemic, war, starvation. Starvation. We have millions of children right now who are either suffering severe malnutrition or who are actually dying of starvation across the world. I read an article in Africa about terrible starvation that is happening right now. And yet the best and the brightest, which by the way was a sarcastic title for a book, The Best and the Brightest brought us the Vietnam War. The best and the brightest can't make the simple mathematical calculation that 8 billion humans raising and killing 80 billion land animals, and if you include fish, it becomes trillion, who are eating a good percentage of the food. Okay, it takes 8 to 25 pounds of grain to make a pound of beef. If you took that grain and fed it directly to children who were starving, we could live in a world of natural abundance where everybody has all the food they want if we got rid of the most inefficient food source. Hoshimi, you are in Japan, and thank you for speaking up a little bit. What is the situation there in terms of consciousness about this issue?
It's slowly changing. Unfortunately, well, actually, because in Japan we used to have, plant-based was mostly predominantly like our diet. We used to live off sweet potatoes and rice, and that was our diet. But these days, we just take it for granted. Like everyone thinks it's just normal to eat, meat and animal products and dairy products, which is like a Western thing that, maybe only after World War II it started, people started eating animal products here. But it's the consciousness is starting to shift slowly, and we just need to pick it up because, we're in a climate emergency. We really basically only have a few years left to try and stop this. So
well, you're doing amazing work. I want to give everybody a chance to really just have a final thought, but I can't stop myself. I'm going to play one short clip from the song again because it's gotten in my head. You should see me dancing around my apartment about the plant-based treaty. My dogs are like, what's going on with her? It's totally a catchy song. And that's what I think is so brilliant about it. It's got so much information, but it's also very catchy.
We got a plant-based treaty. Won't you sign on the dotted line? We're gonna eat plants, we're gonna plant trees. It is time to realign. We need diet change, not climate change. It's time to rearrange our priorities and endorse the plant-based treaty.
Oh, wow. Well, bravo to all of you. Final thoughts. Let's start with Mariana in Argentina. Mariana.
Yes, well, thank you so much. And please, if you watch the video clip, if you can check the website to start planning action in your country or in your city. We are doing a lot of things. Here in Argentina, we started with our vegetable garden in community garden and soup kitchens. So we have a lot of ideas to share. And I think you have to start.
Absolutely. All right. We're going to go to Hoshimi Sakai in Japan.
Yeah, thank you everybody who participated in the video, everyone who sent in their dance clips and the thumbs up clips. And this is only the beginning. This is just the seeds being planted. So we want everyone to collaborate with each other. We want to unite, and we all want to make a difference. So everyone can play their own role. So please go to plantbasedtreaty.org, endorse, and then go from there. Take action for the planet and the animals.
Absolutely. And there's the website. You go to plantbasedtreaty.org, and it's literally a form that you can fill out with autofill. I think it took me under 10 seconds. It's so easy. Again, a lot of famous people, Paul McCartney, Stella McCartney, Joaquin Phoenix, Moby have signed and endorsed the plant-based treaty. Environmentalists, scientists, just tremendously informed people. And we want to get millions of people signing this. You are important. I have signed as myself, as my nonprofit, and as my production company. So 3 times I've signed. All right. Final words from Charity Kahn, the Invisible Bee, who is a creator of this incredible song. And we're so grateful.
Oh gosh, and I am so grateful for this collaboration with you today, Jane, and the entire plant-based treaty theme. And we could not, this is we can't do this alone. It's impossible to do it alone. So please, everybody, go endorse the treaty. And the other thing I want to say is, this time is like it's really overwhelming. There can be despair, there can be overwhelmed, there can be a loss of hope. And I just want to remind people that creativity and art and music and any form of moving your body and just celebration in general are antidotes to this despair that we feel, in addition, of course, to going plant-based. In addition to that, but create art, make music, collaborate with people, make beautiful things, get outside, and just to help your own mental health. And I hope I see you down the road. Invisiblebee.com, and then my children's music is jamjamjam.com. If there are any families listening, I'm making a vegan album, all vegan, animal liberation loving album for children and families, coming out in the fall. So just keep making art, keep collaborating. You're not alone. We love you. And let's do this.
Absolutely fantastic. I'm honored to take part. I love the plant-based treaty, and you can watch it to your heart's content on Unchained TV. I urge you to use that QR code right now to download the app. There are literally hundreds and hundreds of vegan documentaries, cooking shows, music videos. Yes, there's a lot of music videos now with a vegan theme and animal rights theme coming up. And you can also download it on your TV with Amazon Fire Stick, Roku, and Apple TV device. I want to thank all of you. Hopefully, maybe Charity, you want to put some of your songs on Unchained TV. It's a global free network, and we do it through a nonprofit. It's just all to share the message. Go plant-based. Let's help animals, people, and the planet. The clock is ticking, people. We've got our challenges, but I believe we can create a compassionate world. Thank you so much for joining us here on Unchained TV, Facebook. Bye.
Thank you.